So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to the 2023 Summerslam match predictions live from Detroit City. Detroit City. Coming up, Booch, how many days away are we now?
From the time that we're sitting here recording this, we're about a week and a day. August, because it's August 5th is SummerSlam.
I imagine Demascus Des, anything can happen. We might have some late ads. If we do, Booch, we'll do the normal thing where you text me or call me adamantly. You leave long-winded voicemails
I
I'll
have
listen
a suggestion.
to. Yes.
I have a suggestion. Make this real simple. Come to my goddamn house. Watch the show with us.
Where do you live? We're gonna say it on air. Say your address on air because everybody that hears this is invited.
I will give you. I will give you city. I live in Beaufort, or technically I live in Decula, but it's right.
I'm driving to damn Beaufort. Are you kidding me? My car doesn't even go that far.
Oh, you bitch!
I know. Vinny the bitch and Joey the bitch. All right. Anyway, let's move forward. I know it's so far, and after I have some beers, I really don't want to drive anywhere. And those cops out there don't play. They need that revenue. Maybe in the future. You guys got like a Holiday Inn Express out there that I could stay in?
I mean, we've got Beaufort's a fairly decent sized city. There's all kinds of hotels and shit.
I hear they have really decent buffets too. They got good buffets, Korean barbecue.
There's good food out here. There's some nice ones, and actually the one that I like the most is actually a lower end one, but it's an Asia buffet. They've got a really cool Asian setup, but they've also got like pizza and mac and cheese and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, the real Chinese food, American Chinese food. All right, so we're gonna do what all the terrible show hosts do and give you what you want immediately. But that's what I want to do, and that's why I think the universe has blessed me with this championship reign that I've endured here, and that's give you. That was a slip. He didn't mean that. That is the first match is the Universal Championship match, as we're finally gonna see it, ladies and gentlemen. Roman Reigns versus his cousin, his primo, Jey Uso, in a tribal combat match. I imagine they're not gonna come out to the ring dressed in what The Rock wore in his debut at Madison Square Garden and get absolutely roasted on Twitter by the Grayson effect, which was absolutely brilliant. I have a surprise surprise prediction, by the way, once we get to more of SummerSlam, that I actually think the great one is going to be there because of all the strikes going on right now. What else does he have to do? What else? His daughter's in a cult. She's doing her own thing. His wife's always working out. Whatever. He's got time. Him and Cena both. But this match to me is going to be awesome, and I can't wait. Demascus Des, you've been shuffling that deck for a while. I want to give you the first opportunity to give your prediction, but also a tiebreaker for this match, because there may need to be a tiebreaker with you in this.
My prediction, two options. My main prediction is that Roman wins, because Vince has been running the show, and I don't see my tiebreaker. But my tiebreaker is that this ends in a no contest. That Solo Sikoa gets involved, takes them both out because he wants to be the tribal chief. That's what I believe should happen. That's the way I think it should be booked. What I think is going to happen is Roman's going to win. But what I think should happen is my tiebreaker, and that's that this will end in a no contest.
All right. Booch, what say you, bro?
This one's going to be interesting because they're calling it tribal combat, but they're not really putting a lot of stipulations on it. But I did, and Des and I had this conversation off air. Someone actually wrote that in a traditional Samoan tribal combat, one of the key rules is no interference from blood relatives. If you are blood, you cannot get involved because it's seen as if you help, you have no honor. That's why you saw them like the handshake and the forehead touching, and why Roman said, "Do the elders know about this?" It's because this is a tribal combat is a form of honorable fighting. It's like, and it's also not just to be the Universal Champion, but the winner will also be the tribal chief. So that's why I'm also convinced Roman's going to win, because A, I don't see him winning the tribal chief. B, I love Jey Uso, but I don't think he's the guy. And I feel like he's going to hold this up till Mania. So I'm going with Roman Reigns, and my tiebreaker is going to be even though they haven't mentioned the blood relative thing, I think Paul Heyman's going to interfere, and that's how Roman's going to win. Because Paul Heyman is not blood related to the family, so he might be the loophole to get Roman the win. So I say Roman interferes with help from his wise man.
Wow. The tribal combat stipulation that you just described kind of destroys my stipulation.
But they haven't specified that, so they might not go that route.
Right.
But that's typically what tribal combat's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be unavoidable. I think outside interference from the actual bloodline is going to be unavoidable. And I think I am going to roll the dice, and I'm going to call the upset of the freaking millennium here. I believe Jey Uso is going to beat Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. And I think it's going to be because Jimmy gets involved. That's my prediction. That's going to be the difference here. Whew, I cannot believe I said that, and I'm sticking to it. And oh boy, if I'm right, I'm definitely going to parade around like on Macy's Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to parade around like a damn float. That's the first prediction, a bold one, with Jimmy being the stipulation in case, well, there's not really a need for a tie. Like I win that one. So if in case Roman does win, y'all would tie that match, but depending on your tiebreaker, that would be who won that match between y'all. So that was an important point that both of you made. So listen, this next one, this could have some serious tips too. We have the I was going to say triple threat. It's really the rubber match, the third match of Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. This one is coming to a head. It's like that pimple on my face that I popped this morning. It's been relieved, but this pus that is this feud finally will be over. Booch, what is your prediction for this match?
It's the rubber match, so I'm 100% going with Cody, because this is the opportunity for Cody to get the redemption and for Cody to continue building his momentum, because as I hear all the time and as I think it'll happen, he's going to Mania to get the title that they took from his daddy in the garden, and he's going to face Roman. So I think Cody's going to win to continue to build his momentum, because even though Cody's been ready and he should have won at the last Mania, the marks need to see Cody overcome before they can accept him as champion. It's goddamn ridiculous, but it needs to be done. So this is Cody's next step to appeasing the mark and getting to Mania. So I go with the American Nightmare.
There you have it. Demascus Des, what do you think?
Different reasons, but the main thing that it comes down to is Cody doesn't need a loss. Brock Lesnar doesn't need a win. This is the end of the rivalry. Cody Rhodes is taking this one.
Yeah, 100% agree. There's no reason for Brock Lesnar to win the rubber match of these. His career is in the twilight, nearing the end. Cody's has just begun.
Well, I've heard rumors that, much like Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar might be trying to make a UFC return.
Oh, that would be fun. That'd be fun to see him. I've never seen him actually in UFC fight, so it'd be kind of fun to watch that. I'm sure I could go back and watch old ones, but I don't really.
He was dominant. He was dominant until he wasn't.
Yeah. Is that usually the way it goes in UFC? You're great.
That's exactly how it was with Ronda too. Ronda was dominant until she got her ass beat, and then it was just like, oh.
Yeah, she's human. And then we have this match, the World Heavyweight Championship match, a match of Money in the Bank. Seth versus Finn. Of course, Seth got the better of Finn. Finn almost won that match. And if it had not been for the aforementioned Damian Priest, who now is a heavy topic of debate here in Wenz world as to his value for the WWE, and is his stock really that valuable, or is he one of these GameStop shorts, right? Is he just one of these pieces for Vince? He's just maneuvering around the board, or maybe, hey, it's a reward for his loyalty for jobbing to a rapper. You know, we live in a new day and time where It's about the ratings. It's about the revenue. And if that pop gave Vince what he wanted in terms of market share, then you know what? Damian, right this way. And I'm sure it doesn't earn. I'm sure as a star, he understands the order of things and the order of ops.
His job was to make Bad Bunny look good.
Yep.
And he made Bad Bunny look good. And then his job was also to make it. He had to make the match look good. And then he turned it. And then he jobbed because that's what they wanted to happen at the time. He was a loyal employee, and that's what's going to end up.
Speaking of loyal employees, Booch, what are you doing right now?
He's fondling himself.
What are you buying, Booch? Where's he?
A strap on.
All I see is ceiling lights.
I don't even see that. I just see you. So wait.
Yeah, I have the phone up to my ear so I can hear you guys.
Oh, see, this is way better. You should keep it in your ear. Yeah, hold it up there. Do exactly what they say not to do, Booch. This is better for the show. It's better audio. If you get pulled over, just tell them the Wenz said hi and they'll let you go.
Right.
No guarantees, but I hear it works. Okay, so this match to me, I definitely think Seth retains, but it could be very close, and I don't think it's going to be as clean. I think it's too soon for Seth to lose. He just won a couple months ago, but that's my prediction. I believe Seth wins this match.
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
I think Finn Balor, because he lost that first one, he can't lose this one again. I think he has to win. But, and here's another big thing for me, a major stipulation for this. He's not walking out of that show with that championship. He wins the match. He holds that championship high, and Damian Priest cashes in on him.
Brutal.
And that's how we see the separation of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. My gut says that Damian Priest and the Damian Priest and the Judgment Day will together turn on Finn Balor.
Do you really think they're dissolving the Judgment Day?
Well, they've been teasing it for a good while, and the breakup is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And I think that SummerSlam is the moment.
Booch, I think you should do a Kane moment. Pour some gas in a straight line, light a match, and then do the whole thing where, you just got to do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can just spell it out, put a fire, and you just see Finn in the parking lot.
Let's do it. What do you mean you could? Now's the moment. Live it up, baby.
Yeah.
Pizza, baby.
Well, yeah, but definitely Finn Balor, I'm going with him on this one because I feel like, because I've heard rumors that Seth is dealing with some injuries. So they're going to give him some time off to heal from that. And plus, this is Finn's opportunity. As we mentioned before, this is the match that's 7 years in the making because it was 7 years ago they fought for the Universal Championship. Finn got it for one day, had to surrender it because of the injury he sustained in the match. So now Finn has the perfect place to get the revenge that he got for Seth sidelining him all those years back. So now this is his redemption moment. So I'm going with Finn Balor.
And there you have it. 2 for Finn, 1 for Seth. Now we have our triple threat for the women's championship as Asuka defends against Bianca and Booch's favorite. We haven't heard this name in a while, but Charlotte Flair is in this match. And Booch, I know that you have deep feelings for Charlotte. Anything you want to share? Have those been changed any in the last couple of weeks? Have you?
Yeah. I have very deep feelings. They're about as deep as a cesspool. Basically, this is a match where no matter who wins, we all lose. That's basically what this is, because we either have Asuka retain and we have more Japanese gibberish than we know what to deal with. Charlotte wins and she buries the women's division like always, because the queen of nepotism has to have her favorite toy whenever she comes back from timeout. Or we give it to Bianca Belair, who, again, we all love Bianca Belair, but she was champ for God knows how long. So this is a lose, we're all scenario. So I'm going to just say, because Vince is in charge, as we mentioned before, and I have no faith in the women's division right now, I say they're going to hand it back to the false flare on a silver platter. Charlotte
Wow.
takes it. I won't like it, but
Wow.
I think it's going to happen.
I stand by what I said. It's Asuka's time. I'm loving Asuka. I think Asuka's going to retain.
Yeah, she just won it too. That would be such a dig at Asuka if they give it to Charlotte Flair this soon. I mean, it could happen though. They love Charlotte Flair, and what Charlotte wants, Charlotte gets. With that match, I'm gonna stick with Asuka. I'm kind of in Demascus Dez's camp there. So we got one for Charlotte, even though he hates her, and I love that about Bucci. It's a respect thing, right? And it's an analytical thing. He wants his belt back. Booch is
Let's get the real answer. This ain't a respect thing. I want my damn title back. I'm coming. I want both my titles back.
Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. Again, we saw the turn. It was great at Money in the Bank. I think the crowd was shocked. I think I was a little bit shocked. I didn't see it happening right there, but cool. It happened. Now we have this match. Demascus Dez, what's your take on this one?
It would be, we know why this happened. Ronda Rousey has a hard out. She's leaving. And I think defeating Shayna Baszler is just bad business with Ronda on the out. Shayna has to win.
There you go. Booch, what say you?
Shayna's definitely winning this because, like I said, it's like Dad said, she needs the win, despite the fact that this is one of the most poorly done build-ups to a match I have ever seen in my life. Because apparently Shayna and Ronda, they know a lot about wrestling, but there's one aspect of wrestling neither one of these women have been able to master, and that's heel and babyface. You got Shayna, who's the heel, for the simple fact she turned on her friend and the friend did nothing to warrant the backstabbing. You got her in the ring acting like a babyface. You got Ronda as a babyface acting like a heel while they try to build this match. So at this point, it's one of those things where Ronda has the hard out. So the match is going to be great. No doubt about it, because both of them are amazing in-ring competitors. But the build of this match is a solid F. I've never seen a worse heel turn, worse build up to a match like this before. It's god awful, but Shayna wins and the match will deliver.
Yeah, agreed. She's staying in the WWE, so she's gonna win this match. So all three of us for Shayna there. What about Gunter and Drew McIntyre for the IC? Who you got?
God.
This one, I don't know. Des, you got an idea? Because I'm stuck.
This will come down to whether or not McIntyre is choosing to stay in WWE. Because there's a lot of rumors that he's back, but he's not staying. He's just finishing out his contract. It's possible. I think that they're trying to appease McIntyre right now. So a big part of me thinks that we're going to see McIntyre take that belt. As a matter of fact, I'm locking that in. Drew McIntyre's going to win.
There you go. Booch, what do you think? You think the same thing?
Here's the thing. To me, what it boils down to is I'm trying to see if I think by now Gunther's already passed the longest reigning Intercontinental title spot because I think they want him to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. Because y'all don't know the Honky Tonk Man is the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time. He held that until he lost to the Ultimate Warrior. So I can't remember if he's been past that point or not. So
I think he will have. I think we discussed it last time. After SummerSlam, he will have, or at SummerSlam, he will have surpassed it.
Okay, if it's at SummerSlam, then that's a different story. But if it's past if he has to be past SummerSlam, then he might retain. So you're saying at SummerSlam, or is it before or at? You know for sure?
Here, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
How many days did Honky Tonk Man have?
Yeah, because I know he was like
400. So Honky Tonk Man had 454 days as Intercontinental Champion.
And how long has Gunther been champ?
Let's see. As of June 2nd, he has held it for 356 days.
356 days.
So that was
That was
June
back in
2nd.
June.
So all of June, all of July. So it'd be add 60 to that. You're at 4.
Or 410.
Yeah. So he's still what, short? He's still
He's
short
still
by a month.
short. So if he's still short, I'm going to go with Gunther because I think that he's going to surpass that before he drops it. So maybe he'll do that, and then maybe Drew will get some kind of rematch at Payback and take it there. But if he hasn't surpassed, I'm going with Gunther.
Yeah.
I can
think
respect that. I can respect that.
Yeah, it does. It might come down to that date thing. Totally.
Well, it might come down to maybe they're teasing it and they're teasing him beating that record, and then just to take it away from him beforehand as a swerve.
Maybe because it's been so well publicized. Like that. Maybe that will be kind of a point of contention for a feud down the line here. I mean, that would be great if he used that as like, I took that away from you. Like you had a shot to go down in history and I stole history from you.
Yeah, I mean that's a story. That actually using that story, that could be a potential double turn where you make McIntyre the heel and Gunther the face all of a sudden.
Right. And it's losing to McIntyre isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, he's a former champion, a former heavyweight champion. I mean, it's not like a bad loss. It's not like losing to the Miz or something like that. You know, if you lost to the Miz, that would be really bad. It'd almost be like having a beef with the Miz for years and years and years and not just squashing it, letting it go and letting it dominate your thought life. But hey, we don't do that here in Wenz World. We have our predictions locked in here, as I too am going to go with Drew McIntyre. I'm going with Drew. Locking it in here. I just feel like it's the smart move. We have our predictions locked in. We will never, ever, ever leave this show without a couple key things. And one of which, my friends, is have a nice day.
Bang, bang.
Golf.